Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Akakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect. My name is Ainan. The title of this video is Famine of Hearing the Words of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, ultimately, I was going to do a lesson uh, regarding this situation right here. Florida teenager arrested for letting Yahoo joke, basically going to Amos 8 and 11, hearing the word and whatnot. But then I seen this here, something that Iran posted regarding the internet cables under the spray of Hamas, and basically pointing to the fact that they might, uh, you know, damage these to shut down the internet, parts of the internet, in one way, shape or form. And we know that, we are heavy on the internet. Um, pursuant to Amos 8 and 11, that a famine of hearing the word will come. So let's say they just take down the ones for YouTube, or, all the major things that we use of, hearing the word, or whatever the case may be. That'd be the internet gone. We also have, the Jacob trouble approaching, where we won't be able to just be out on the streets teaching and things like that. So we'll have to see, but just, blowing up the trumpet on this is something again that Iran just posted, pointing out like all the cables go through our area, and they'll take it out. But this is Amos 8 and 11. It says, "Behold, the days come," said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, that I will send a famine that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, right? Which this famine of bread and water is fastly approaching too. All right. It says, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, they shall run to and fro to seek the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, and shall not find it. And that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. They that swear by the sin of Samaria, and say, Thy God, O Dan, liveth, and the man of Bathsheba liveth, even they shall fall and never rise up again." All right, and basically it's just going into idols, right? Trusting wickedness, right? Trusting Esau, Edom, It says NLT, "And those who swear by the shameful idols of Samaria, who take oaths in the name of the God of Dan, and make vows in the name of the God of Bathsheba, they will all fall down, never to rise up again." Right. And I got Isaiah 47, because even Esau, leans on these left-hand sources and these idols, especially the AI. Isaiah, and it says that he's gonna fall and go down. Isaiah 47 and 12, it says, "Stand now without enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants. From thy youth they shall wander every one to his quarter, and none shall save thee." Right. So all these stargazers, right? These monthly prognosticators, right? These soothsayers and things like that these devils lean on, won't be able to save them in the days to come. All right. This is Isaiah 19, 19 and 3. This is new right here. I don't know why I look like that. Isaiah 19 and 3, it says, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards." See, so even these devils is going to be seeking to these idols, in these last days, and go down too. All right. So let me get these videos. Guess I'll start off with this one real quick.
Way Iran published this, you just think about the Marco Rubio being rushed to the White House in what people were describing, or the press, the Mockingbird media was describing as an urgent meeting. Because Netanyahu, in what people were describing, or the press, the Mockingbird media was describing as an urgent meeting. Because Netanyahu wants his war back. So here we go. And by the way, Iran.
Yeah, I don't, my computer's like trying to charge and not charge itself, whatever the case may be. So let me reset that.
Describing as an urgent meeting because Netanyahu wants his war back. So here we go. And by the way, Iran published this. You just think about the oil and infrastructure. They also published this today. This is the internet, which runs right through there. 97% of global internet traffic rides on these undersea cables that go through there. I mean, we're talking AI, banking, everything. And so why are they publishing that? Why is Iran showing us that? Well, because if they cut one of these freaking cables, it could be absolutely devastating. If they cut all of them, imagine what would happen as a result of that.
President Trump couldn't tweet.
Right. He wouldn't be able to publish on Truth Social.
Yeah.
So let us know your thoughts on that.
Whose idea was it to put like all of these critical global structures in one contentious area?
The hot spot.
Yeah. Who thought that up?
Like, hey, let's put it right off the coast of Yemen. Let's put it like all of this infrastructure right there next to where they've had wars nonstop since the 1940s. Let's do that.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll be saying sometimes the layout of like these choke points, the Most High Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh did this because this is the greatest movie, that's unfolding right now. That's why all this stuff is here in this area, right? The Battle of Jehoshaphat, right? This was going down there. All right. Joel 3. Joel 3:1 says, "So behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem." So this is us coming back as a nation, pursuant to Ezekiel 37. It says, "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat," right, the Lord's judgment, "and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land." So there's going to be a lot of reasons why these nations got to go over there and get busy. So the cables being one of them. If they go ahead and do that. So this is just in the news of what they're doing. But going over to this.
This is a crazy, crazy story that is unfolding down in Florida. This college student has been arrested for a joke she made in a private group chat involving Netanyahu.
It's true. It's happening. Mahmoud Khalil, who was viciously targeted by our government for deportation because he happened to be a green card carrying, Columbia University student who was critical of Israel. Everyone thought, oh, well, he's not an American citizen. We don't have to worry about it because we're American citizens. We're God tier. We don't have to worry about our government coming for us. You'd be mistaken because your assumption is that our government represents us above anyone else, right? Well, that's a mistake if you think that. So let's get to the details of the story. A 23-year-old college student is now facing, and I kid you not, 15 years in prison over a joke that she made in a group chat with her stanky ass classmates. And I mean that with my whole chest. Bunch of narcs, bunch of weirdos who don't understand what a joke is. And now the future of this 23-year-old girl is on the line. So Gabriela Saldana was arrested on April 17th over messages that she sent in this group chat. It was on WhatsApp, owned by Meta. So be smarter than that, okay? Be better. But in this case, it wasn't Meta engineers that ratted her out. It was her own classmates. Now, Saldana wanted more time so basically what they were discussing in this group chat was apparently they were supposed to have some sort of event where the students were expected to conduct presentations, their capstone presentations. Saldana needed a little more time, so she was hoping that the event could be, delayed or postponed. And then she makes a joke. What was the joke? You're about to find out.
She thought it was a joke, but the law didn't agree, and now she's facing 15 years in prison. It happened at Florida International University. A 23-year-old student named Gabriela Saldana was in a WhatsApp group with 215 of her classmates. They were discussing a capstone event scheduled at the university's Ocean Bank Convocation Center. Saldana, by her own account, didn't want to go. So, according to screenshots obtained by local media, she typed in a message, which ended up stirring up the controversy. This is what she said.
Netanyahu, if you can hear me, drop some bonbons for us capstone students in Ocean Bank Convocation Center.
Authorities believe bonbons was a coded reference to bombs. That wasn't all. In a second message, she allegedly wrote, there is going to be a bomb in the Ocean Bank Convocation Center, and it was going to be Jonathan's fault.
Bonbons, really? Bonbons.
This is my first time hearing a joke, but with everything that's going on regarding these small hatters and how everything is anti-Semite or whatever the case they, trying to throw out there, and if you speak against these lying devils, then you're just, whatever they're trying to do with it. But they're not the Israelites, right? They're false cosplayers. They're Edomites in our land that they have stolen from us, right? And the Most High is about to send His Son, right? Yahweh is about to send Yahweh Shai to come and destroy these devils and take them up out of our land. What is this? Let me see. Ezekiel 36 and 1, it says, "Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession." So these devils stole our land, and they're just, boasting and bragging about it. And that's why they don't want nobody talking about them, because they're living a whole lie, right? They're paranoid, They don't want too much attention surrounding them because they're criminals, all right? So ultimately, the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to destroy these devils up out the land. All right. So, that was the joke she posted, whatever the case may be. But it boils down to them coming after the true targets, right? Which is the men of the Lord speaking the truth. And one way they're going to do that is taking the word away, by troubling the cities and cutting off internet, or partially or somehow. Iran could cut one cable and then Esau say, yeah, everything is cut, and really it's not, just to get us up off the internet. But anyway, this is Isaiah 29 and 20. It says, "For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off." All right, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. So they hate him that reproveth in the gate. They try to lay snares for us, but they make us an offender for a word, us speaking the words written in the scriptures, right? And they were using the Bible when we were in slavery, right? All we did was pick it up and bring the truth about what's actually written in there, out. Because what they gave us, which is known the slave Bible, where they took certain parts of the Bible out to try to keep us, contained. But then we somewhat got a little freedom, and we just continue reading the Bible, and the truth is in there, right? And we just bring it out, and now they're mad about it, and that's a good point. They try to keep the truth away from you, but now we have it, you know what I mean? So anyway, I just want to bring that out. Lord willing, you were edified from the lesson. Shalom to the whole elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.